This is Ndtv, and you're watching Classics.
Hello and welcome to the Unstoppable Indians. Every week we take a journey into the life of an outstanding Indian, a person whose talent, acumen or moral example is transforming India. The best, the finest from every field join me, Manvi Dhillon, on this show to share their life story, their journey to success, some of the knocks along the way, what made them get up and keep going, what makes them an unstoppable Indian. My guest today is Dr. P Namperumalsamy, chairman of the Aravind Eye Care System. It's the world's largest eye care service. Here are some staggering numbers. In the year ended March 2008, Aravind Eye Care System consulted with nearly 2.7 million patients, performed 2,85,000 surgeries, staggering numbers indeed. And the man at the heart of it all is Dr. Nam, as he is fondly called. 1976, Madurai. Dr. G. Venkatsamy, a 58-year-old ophthalmologist, had just retired from a government job, but he knew his work was far from over, and so he founded the Aravind Eye Care System. Today, Aravind is the largest and most productive eye care facility in the world, with 2.7 million consultations and 2,85,000 surgeries every year. There are 12 million cases of blindness in India. Aravind is determined to treat as many of them as possible. Wealthier patients subsidize those who can't afford it. Tiered pricing, scale, technology, and streamlined processes all combine to make Aravind Eye Care an exemplar in healthcare. So it's a pleasure to be here at Madurai, famous for its temples and equally famous for the Aravind Eye Hospitals. It's great to be here. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you very much, Manvi. I'm very happy to be with you and to give this interview for Ndtv. Thank you.
You know, when one looks at eyes and blindness, I don't think many realize what a widespread and what a rectifiable problem it is. What is the state of eye sort of health, if I can call it that, and the blindness problem in India today?
See, there's a blindness for WHO estimation, India is leading in having more number of people who are blind, and almost 12 million people who are blind, and most of these patients who are having this vision problem, whether it can be preventable or it's curable with a simple intervention, but they don't know. And that is the magnitude, that is the problem which keeps us going, to cure these people, to make them know that this blindness is, we can rectify them with some methods. And so it's the biggest problem in India.
I want to look at the Aravind Eye Care System today. There are 5 hospitals, and you know, how many beds are we talking about? What kind of daily patient inflow are we talking about?
See, the beds are now going out of our thing, because most of them are daycare surgeries also. But for this kind of patients whom we screen them and bring them to the hospital, of course in course of time from the beginning, we have changed our approach in the sense, now we go to the outreach camps, screen them, and those who need surgery, they are transported by bus to the base hospitals, all these 5 hospitals what you are talking about, so that we need not mobilize the doctors and paramedical people to the outreach areas. They need not come with, the patients need not come with their attendants or their relatives. We take care of them.
And we're going to talk about that in greater detail, but I want to take a step back at this stage and try and understand how Aravind Eye Care hospitals are run. Correct me if I'm wrong. There are 30% of patients who can afford to pay, and hence they are charged full price. And the margins from that allow you to subsidize or provide free services for the balance 70%. Is it as simple as that?
It is as simple as that, because even if you study the economic pyramid, when you see that bottom of the pyramid, the CK Prakalads, and there are 5 tiers, and the bottom of the pyramid, if you see, only 20% of the people are there in the community who cannot pay anything. And the apex of the pyramid, there are 10% of the people who can pay everything, whatever you pay, they will be able to pay. But we are concerned about that mid-level, tier 2, 3, 4, they can afford to pay something. See, you cannot fix the surgery, yes, unless you pay this much, you cannot operate at this kind of thing. But what our thing is, we identify the people, what we call the differential payment. For the same surgery, some people will pay twice the amount of what is the cost of the surgery. Some people will, depending upon the comforts they want to enjoy in the hospital with a private bed or a shared bed or this kind of a thing. Some patients end up paying even 10 times the cost of the surgery, but they know. We give them, transparency is the number one basic point for our Aravind Eye Care system. We tell them that this is the cost of it, and
this is how everything else adds up.
Okay. What you pay is not only for your surgery, but also you are paying for those who cannot afford to pay. This is not taken back by us, but this is paid back to the people who cannot afford to pay. So,
you know, that's one part of it, that those who can afford to pay in turn subsidize those who can't. But you know, as one studies the innovations that Aravind has made, the Aravind Eye Care System has made, I'll just take one example. For instance, you know, your consumables, you're manufacturing them yourselves, and by doing so, you're reducing the cost. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You know, that is exactly right. And before going into that, even what we do is making use of available resources to the maximum before we invest on money. That is the basic thing. Is, for example, if you employ only the doctors, ophthalmologists to do everything else, it costs a lot of money. But so what we do is we employ the doctors only for doing actual doctoring, surgery part of it. The other, all those we make use of the paramedical workers. We train them on the job, prepare the patient, take them for investigations, or they do everything in the operating room, assisting for surgery, or in the sterilization room, in the outpatient room. Everything is done by them, so that cuts the cost of each surgery also, mid-level. So those are the basic our innovation. We train them. There are thousands of school final girls. We take them from the rural areas, train them on the job. That cuts down the cost, number one. Now, so we don't have trained, all of them are not trained nurses, because we have to pay them.
They're trained as far as you need them to be.
Need them. They are good. When they do repeatedly what they are expected of doing, they do excellent. Even the doctors cannot do that to that extent. So that cost and quality of surgery, everything mid-level ophthalmic. Coming to the consumables, and previously, before the intraocular lenses, what we call the lens replaced after cataract surgery came out, we used to give them thick glasses and everything, but that is not the quality of surgery. But that was the only thing which was available at that time before 70s. After the year of 1980s, the quality of vision depends upon replacing the cloudy lens with an artificial lens, what we call intraocular lens. But it was not manufactured, it was not available in India.
And to import it would have been very expensive.
We had to import them. That will be $75 to $100 a piece. How many people can afford to have that? When we are doing hundreds and thousands of surgeries for the village people who cannot afford even to have 3 times a meal per day. So what we thought was, our founder, Dr. V, gave the idea, can we manufacture these lenses which are manufactured in the other countries? And so we explored the possibilities of using the raw material, same raw material, bring the technology here, and making use of the school final girls who are people who can manufacture that, use that technology to manufacture them. So, and bringing down the price to $2 or $3 a piece.
And now, the world watched in amazement.
Exactly. This is, we cut down, and this is the only eye hospital who could make use of the manufacturing facility also to incorporate in order to give quality vision. So quality has been the main focus for us, not just taking away the cataract and giving the glasses. And
I know that there is one area that has been particularly special to you, and that is taking the outreach program at Aravind Eye Care to a whole new level through the use of new technology that allows your hospitals to link up with those villages. I know you're a technology man, and you're always looking for those technology ideas that can help to reach patients easier and to serve patients better. Do you feel a sense of satisfaction when you look at your vision centers in all of the villages now?
definitely, yes, because see, when we started the eye camps, that was the only thing which was available at that time. And Dr. V pioneered that taking the people to the outreach by means of eye camps. But these eye camps, definitely as time goes on, only we found out from the field survey, only 7% of the people who need eye care attend these eye camps. 93% of them still they don't use of it for various reasons, because we go to the eye camps on a specific days which may not suitable for them. They may be going for work, or they may be going on offices or something like that. And so also they want to use the hospital way of approach of eye care services, not in the eye camps. So the changes. So what we thought was, we boast ourselves that we are all information technology people. India is very much on the, you can see so many people making use of cell phones and other things. So what I thought was, can we make use of this information technology to have the telemedicine to the villages? So, and also we need not mobilize the costly doctors to the field, and that, so we are already having well-trained the paramedics who could do all the work for measuring the eye power or examining the patients and all those things. So what we thought was, we can have a permanent setup in the villages, every 50,000 population, and we employ the girls who are trained in the paramedic, and also there also innovation comes in. See, the girls, when we take them in the school, final girls, when they get married, when they are in the family, they are not able to continue the work with us. For some reasons, they go away and settle. So we search for the girls in the villages, those who have been with us.
And have gone back to their villages to get married.
Yes, employ them again, so they don't have to come anywhere. They can work in the vision centers. So it is re-employ them, and it's a help for them as well as help for us, because they are all trained people. So that is how.
So how many villages do you reach today?
Now there are 31 centers we have reached almost, and our aim is almost another 20 centers in another 6 months or 1 year or so we have to reach. In that way, what we do is every day the patients walk into the villages, and these people examine them, and except Sundays, all days they can walk in. And each patient is to talk to the doctor at the base hospital. So the patient gets the satisfaction that they are examined by the doctor, and if they need simple treatment, they are given treatment on the spot. If they need only surgery, they are referred. But 20% of the people only will need surgery. 80% of these people, they can be taken care in the villages itself.